Stephanie, I have some breaking news, literally 5 minutes ago. Internet Explorer security flaw allows hackers to steal files.
Is anybody using Internet Explorer?
I don't think so. I don't. Hi, Stephanie. What's new?
Well, I'm not
back.
using Internet Explorer.
No, I am not either. Welcome back to another news nonsense podcast for this not May, it's April. I wish it was May. April 14th, 2019. My good friend Stephanie Forian joins me again from Munich, Germany. If you haven't already, check out Stephanie's angelic voice on YouTube. You can go to stephanieforian.com. So we'll do the usual news and nonsense like we do every week. Some tech stuff and some funny stuff. That's what these podcasts are all about. Again, check out Stephanie's music on stephanieforian.thebandcamp.com. I'll have some links below in the show notes. She just released a new song this past week. What's it called again?
It's called
Goodbye?
Gifted at Goodbye.
Gifted at Goodbye. Oh, we are so good at that. No.
Oh, yeah. You've heard my very gifted sign-off. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. I guess I'll get started. All right. Okay. Well, you are a Mac person, iPad person, but I guess a 3-year-old toddler baby locked out a family's iPad for 25 million minutes, which brings us to 2067. I guess after so many attempts, if I recall, it locks you out, and you have to wait a certain amount. Well, I guess this kid did it so many times, it locked him out until 2067. So I believe the way you do it, if I don't use my iPad because I can't download Facebook or YouTube anymore on it, so old. Anyway, I believe you have to hook it up to iTunes to reset it, right?
Well, I've never had to, so I don't actually know how to do it.
I believe, this guy actually found help at Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's where I always go. No.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, it was disabled for nearly 50 years until I think you go to iTunes, log in with your password, and you can release it or reset it that way, if I am not mistaken. So, yeah, be careful with kids and your iPads.
Yes.
All right, what else do we have here? This comes out of This is out of USA Today Talking Tech section. I guess Disney World is the place for romance. Who knew? Plenty of Fish. I guess that's a website. I'm getting hungry. But Plenty of Fish says, I actually had fish Friday night. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of Fish. That's the website. I guess it's like a dating website. Plenty of Fish says odds are in your favor for finding romance at Disney. Maybe romantic Disney fairy tales come true after all. Data from the popular global online dating site Plenty of Fish reveals that singles who have expressed an interest in Disney are 3.6 times more likely to leave the app in a relationship compared to singles who are generally less interested in or list interest in music and movies. When the moon hits Mickey Mouse's eye, that's the moment.
Who knew that, Disney cartoons could spice up life?
There you go. M-I-C-K-Y. I better not sing. It'd be a copyright. Yeah. Okay. So guys, I guess girls, if you're looking for love, go see Mickey. Why not?
Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine.
Hey, Mickey.
Good.
That song. Hey, Mickey. Da, 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 da. Boy, that's bringing back some memories. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome to the romance channel. No. Amazon, this is Amazon, as if this is shocking. Amazon reportedly employs thousands of people to listen to your Alexa conversations.
Oh, really?
One of these days, I'm going to walk up to it and just turn on my New York attitude. I'm going to rip your spine and bleepity bleeply. Are you listening now? Can you hear me now, Verizon? No. Anyway, I guess they have to monitor it for criminal activity. Maybe I don't know. Um, this seems
Mm-hmm.
kind of creepy. I get it to keep their standards and all that to make sure there's nothing going on. Or anyway, yeah. So if I do have an Alexa. It is handy.
Mm-hmm.
I set it for the alarm, play music, tell me a joke, and all that. Wake me up, sleep timer. It does come in handy. During the day, I usually unplug it.
Yes,
Uh,
mine is unplugged during the day too. I don't trust it. If I'm not going to be talking and I want to use it to listen to music
okay,
or
okay,
if I need it to do math for me, then I'll plug it in. But
okay.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it's usually when I remember. But just one of these days, like if they really are sneaking in listening, I'm gonna turn on my New York attitude. No, watch next week. I'll get a knock on the door. Carm, was that you threatening? No, I no speak no English, man. No, no. Okay, let's go through some nonsense. A camel walks through a PetSmart store in Michigan.
Hmm.
I have a picture of a camel, with the lip. Uh, a Michigan petting zoo camel.
You do an amazing impression of a camel.
Really?
Best I've ever seen, yeah.
Thanks. Okay. Nice looking Italian does camel. Anyway, Lewis Farms and Petting Zoo in New Era. What is this? Okay, it's in Michigan. Posted a video to Facebook showing handlers taking Jeffrey the Arabian camel for a tour of the PetSmart store in Muskegon. Uh, what would they feed a camel? I don't know.
Camel food?
That's one for Stephanie. Okay. I just realized, somebody on Facebook last month or so posted a video of a guy. I guess he was like in one of these Muslim countries. Anyway, if it's real, it's hilarious. He's running circles around his car
Mm-hmm.
because there's a camel chasing him, around the car. Like this. It's somebody wrote Mike, 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 Mike. So he's running around the car, and then the guy finally opens the door, gets in and the camel's still going around. I'm like, I guess that camel really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on. Construction vehicle used in ATM theft. There's like a video of like one of those diggers, backhoes, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
scooping the cash machine out of the wall. Hey, when you run out of minutes on your prepaid phone, you got to pay the bill to call
Mm-hmm.
the police. I don't know, but I guess first they stole the construction equipment to rip off the ATM out of the wall. Self-service. This was in Northern Ireland. I guess it was the luck of the Irish.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have here? This is what is this? Oh, a chef cooks. A chef breaks the Guinness record. He makes a pizza made out of 154 cheeses.
Wow, that sounds really good. But I really like cheese.
I Well, normally when I say extra cheese, I didn't mean the whole factory on top of the pizza.
Oh, I do. I
Oh,
definitely do.
okay. I guess this gives the whole new meaning to who cut the cheese.
Probably. Although I've never had like stinky cheese pizza. The stinkiest cheese I've ever had on pizza is gorgonzola, which is stinky.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but
I don't
like
know that's
a
cheese.
lot of different stinky cheeses, I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, it's 150. I mean, that's a lot of cheeses to put on one pizza. Yeah, they do mention Gorgonzola, Pecorino, Taleggio, aged cheddar, Gouda, and what I don't know what Gouda is. Gouda cheese? Gouda? I don't know.
Gouda. Gouda's
Gouda?
good.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
scarmazza. Is scarmazza on there?
Probably is. They don't list
Oh,
it. It says
that's
here
one of
his
my favorites.
previous record was 99 cheeses. 99 cheeses on the wall, 99 cheeses on the wall. Okay. What else do I have here? And this comes out of Texas.
Mhm.
Runaway bulls interrupt college party in Texas. They have a funny way of partying in Texas.
Apparently.
Texas college students attended an off-campus outdoor party, captured video of the moment the gathering was interrupted by escape. Oh, it was. I thought the Bulls was part of the party. Sorry, Texas. I
Mhm.
thought you were just weird. Well, you still are. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. The Prairie View A&M University students, appropriate name, said they were at the party Saturday night when the Bulls, when this may have been Longhorns, appeared suddenly and started chasing revelers. Party crashes. Now that's a load of bull, to say the least.
Hurdy, 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 hurdy.
And that's the cleanest joke I can think of for this on my part. Stephanie, take it away.
All right. Well, since we're in Texas, I guess we will talk about another Texas story. Sheriff uses cardboard deputies to fight crime. He's come up with a clever way to stop speeders. Um, According to Williamson County Sheriff Robert Chody, he's pairing deputies with cardboard cutouts of officers to deter motorists from speeding. So there's cardboard cutouts of police officers with speed guns at the side of the road to try to get people to stop speeding.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember a show we did last year before. There were residents, I think, in Scotland. They were
Mm-hmm.
tired of speeders through their residential, like neighborhood. So
Mm-hmm.
they were dressed up. They bought or stole or bought these highway construction signs with the yellow reflectors, and they were holding a speeding gun, but it was a hairdryer like this. So I cracked the joke, man. Those residents are packing some heat, let me tell you.
Oh.
Apparently it worked, but yeah, one of my friends just posted on Facebook. He got picked up for speeding in Cleveland going 90. I'm like, really, 90 with the
Mm-hmm.
potholes? I mean, you shouldn't be going that fast anyway. But anyway, someone last week posted a picture of a pothole here at the mall with
Mm-hmm.
literally a duck swimming in it.
Wow, that must be a pretty dramatic pothole.
Yes, it was. It
Mm.
is. I'm assuming it's still there. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, what else do we have here? Okay, here we have some tech news. A suspected robber turns out to just be a Roomba. Deputies opened the bathroom door with guns drawn and discovered an automatic vacuum cleaner when responding to a possible home invasion.
So that story really sucks. Okay. I didn't know what else. Okay. Um, well, yeah, because I don't have, but I think they just keep going and going until they
Mhm.
think or it thinks it's done. So that could be hours, which it's bumping into things. So I could see
Right.
that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and you hear noises in your bathroom.
I know. And it's like, what is it? And you're like, honey, it's just a Roomba. Okay. I will not be buying it. I prefer the old-fashioned way to clean
Mhm.
vacuum myself. Yeah.
I
Okay.
also have a normal, boring manual vacuum.
Yes.
So, now let's take a trip to Mississippi, where someone is leaving bowls of mashed potato around Jackson, and nobody knows
Leaving
why.
bowls.
Yeah, there's like bowls of mashed potatoes on random people's windowsills, and residents are questioning whether there's a reason for it or if someone just has way too many leftovers.
I didn't realize that drinking moonshine had that kind of a side effect. I don't know, but okay.
Apparently,
Uh, I guess if you travel on vacation to Mississippi, try the local mashed potatoes. I don't know what else to say.
although I don't
Okay.
know if I would eat mashed potatoes from a random windowsill.
I would not. No, no, no. That's not. I mean, if I was invited to somebody's house, a friend of a friend, hey, try the homemade, I would have that, but not randomly. No, no, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Anything
Oh,
else?
yes. If we take a
Please.
trip over to Florida,
Yes, I love Florida.
yeah, a Florida man threatens to kill neighbor with kindness, which is the name of his machete. And
Wow. Okay. Does it have a happy ending at least to the
well,
story?
nobody died. He's behind bars.
Well, the police showed him some real kindness and put him in jail. There you go.
Yes.
Wow. What a strange. And you know what? I was in Florida almost 10 years. I got along with the people. They were really nice, all kinds. Italians, Latinos, English, whatever.
Hmm.
Tourists. I got along with everybody. Maybe I was just lucky. But they probably thought he's from New York. Be nice. He may have connections to the family. No, but no, I got along with everybody. I can't really say I ran into someone who wanted to shower me with kindness. That's
Mm,
weird. Okay.
that
All right.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's.
All right. Do you have anything else?
Well, if we head north to Pennsylvania, there's a man who says his emotional support alligator helps his depression. The 65-year-old Pennsylvania resident says his gator Wally eats chicken wings and shares an indoor plastic pond with a smaller rescue alligator named Scrappy.
Of all the pets, see, the one thing about alligator pets, let's say they are somehow domesticated and they love you. What happens if one day you inadvertently tick them off? What's their reaction?
I wouldn't personally choose an alligator
Yeah.
as a housemate.
No.
Nothing against alligators. I
No.
think they're great, but just not in my house.
No, yeah, I do not want anything that's tougher than I am living next to me with me. Yeah, no, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally what I would say. See you later, alligator, like forever. Bye.
hmm
Anyway,
We have
wow.
one last story
Go ahead.
from my home, Boston.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Where an 84-year-old Boston man is hailed as the octopus whisperer. Wilson Manashi, I think that's how you pronounce his name, estimates he spent 7,800 hours of his life hanging out with octopuses. When he retired, he began volunteering at the aquarium, and he just has a knack with those tentacled creatures.
Uh, I just had a very unpleasant thought. Let's say I was getting friendly with the octopus,
Mm-hmm.
and the octopus, with its many hands, was getting, you know that joke, right? Okay,
Yeah.
was getting, let's say the octopus was getting just a little bit too friendly and putting
Mm-hmm.
one of its hands where I don't want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's well, you know what? God bless the guy. He can talk to the animals, speak Dr. Doodle, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Look, I guess in the whole scheme of things in the world today, kindness and friendship and love is better than the opposite. So why not?
As long
But
as they're not the name of your machete.
yes, that's absolutely yes. Wow.
Florida
Uh,
accepted.
yes, really. I should have recorded the sound issues we were having. That would have been funny with, Stephanie doing her. What is that machine, by the way? Off
Oh,
when we went
it's
live, that bubble machine. Can you explain to us non-singers what that is?
short. Should I break it out?
Please.
Okay.
It's something
So,
new. Yeah, it's something new on. This is a half tech show, so why not?
okay. Well, this is different. This is instead of like technology, it's more like technique. But this is like a tube that I have, and I can stick it into some water. So this is just a normal glass of water. You stick the tube in here, and if you want to warm up your voice really gently, like one exercise that a lot of people do
Uh-huh.
is it's called the motorboat, which is and you can do that. But um, this, I feel like it has more of an effect. It really helps warm up the voice, and if you use this for like 2 to 3 minutes and do that, your
Okay.
voice sounds. It's just very easy to warm it up. So it goes like this. So
I get what you're saying, but what's exactly is the science behind it?
well, it has to do with the air pressure.
Ah,
And
okay.
because what happens is like, I mean, depending on like how deep you put this tube into the water,
Okay.
you're going to have to use more air pressure, which is more support from your diaphragm.
Okay.
And one thing that a lot of people don't know about singing, because you think, oh, if you sing really loud, you have to really push that air out. It's actually an illusion. The louder you want to sing, the less air you want to use, because you want to use the Bernoulli principle to your advantage. That's that principle that makes airplanes fly. It's also the same principle, physical principle that makes your shower curtain get sucked towards the water, and you're like, get away, shower curtain. Like, That's the Bernoulli principle. And you want the air to go by slowly enough that it can suck the vocal cords back together again. It makes the system much more efficient. You have to work less. So if you're using this, then you can actually train yourself to use the correct amount of pressure, and it's just a very gentle way.
It has to do with air pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Okay. It just when you were first doing doing it when we were having sound issues, I was like, am I on the right show? Is this the right girl? I mean, anyway, okay. All right. No, now that you explained it, it makes sense. I'm not a singer, so let's finish up. I have a question. One of my had some person comment saying they would never buy a Mac again. They would never buy a Mac again because Apple stopped making Macs professionally or stopped making machines for professionals.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Okay, can you explain what? Because I don't have a Mac, so I'm going to let you, the Mac singer, explain
Mm-hmm.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, this has been an issue for years. This isn't a new thing. Like, for example, you would pay to buy a Pro machine and they wouldn't even be using Pro components for the headphone jack. So you could have issues with that, things like that. So they were skimping on things that professionals don't want you to skimp on, and in their Pro machines, which is frustrating. But also, they've bought up a lot of software. For example, Logic is the program that I use to record with, and it was originally owned by a company I believe called eMagic, and then Apple bought the software, and now they have changed it all, and they've totally reworked it to be more accessible and simpler. And I have to admit, parts of it are easier to use, but they've also bought up Final Cut, and I don't use Final Cut, but I do have a colleague that uses it, and he's very frustrated with it because in the newer versions of it, he can't even save things the way he wants to save them. The file automatically saves, the session automatically saves, and if he wants to export the file, it's a very complicated process. He has to save it as a different thing. He's just very frustrated with it, and I don't know much about it because I've never used it, but I've heard this complaint from a lot of people that they've switched to Adobe Premiere simply because they're frustrated with what Apple has done to the software itself. When it comes to the hardware, one amazingly frustrating thing is that they will make a machine that, if used the way you're buying it to use it, with the components that are in it, and you're really going to max it out, for example, by video editing and rendering, then the computer overheats really easily. And so it ends up having to, reduce its own speed, throttle itself just to make sure it's not getting too hot. So the speed you buy isn't the speed you get.
When
Mhm.
when did this start to change? Because I never really heard about it. I know you mentioned last month or 2 weeks ago about like you wish it had more ports.
Yes.
You had to buy a hub. But when did this thing with them skipping? When did this start? Like a year ago? Recently?
Oh no, this is at least 10 years ago, I'd
No
say.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
This has been a long thing. Yeah. Or like even, when you buy the power supply, say 85-watt power supply that
Yeah.
goes with the
Yeah. Yeah.
machine, but the components inside need more than that. So it's like
It's like buying a six-cylinder car, but you only get five cylinders or something.
exactly. And they've been doing
Wow.
this for a long time because I think, a lot of people don't look at the math behind it. But there's frustrating issues. And like I said, I'm not a Mac person because I love Apple. But like I said, I mean, just this week I started having even more problems with my computer due to updates.
PC
With my
with
PC. Yeah.
Microsoft.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, Microsoft is not perfect. Apple is not perfect. But what I don't like about Apple is that they're charging you premium prices and selling you premium things, and you're not getting premium stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's I didn't know, but it's it's sad in a way that in spite of all the issues with Apple, Windows
Mm-hmm.
is worse, evidently. It seems like Windows is missing the boat. Linux is missing a huge opportunity for making professional equipment for studio people.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. So basically, with Windows, if it wasn't for the updates,
Mm-hmm.
you may use more Windows than Apple. If it wasn't for the updates,
Well, I mean, the
more or
thing I
less. Yeah.
well, I have weird random issues. Like, okay,
Okay.
once you get like a Mac can be complicated to get up and running. Like when you have different components that you're using with it, interfaces, external graphics cards, things like that. Sometimes it can be a process to get it all installed. But my experience has been that once it is installed, it all works. You just don't touch the system and it will go for years and years and years. My experience with PCs have been random issues pop up out of absolutely nowhere for no reason that I can think of. I mean, there must be a reason because computers are logical, but um, I'm not doing anything differently. So why is my computer doing something different today than it did yesterday? You know,
So when all is said and done, Apple is still better, all things
for
considered.
me,
For
for
what?
me,
Yeah.
it's still when it comes to my
Yeah.
creative work, it's
Yeah.
much more stable. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like I don't get the random crashes that I get with Windows machines.
You just wish that the machines where you pay a premium price were a little bit more premium, as it were.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm going to be paying that much, I mean,
Yeah.
because my Dell was cheaper than my Mac,
Yeah.
and it's more powerful and it's better, except for the fact that the graphics card refuses to work.
Because each
And
time you update Windows,
yeah,
it breaks the.
yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I still see there's a contemporary jazz artist named Ken
Hmm.
Navarro. I think he's from Maryland. He's been around since the '90s. Writes all his own stuff. Great talent. But I
Hmm.
saw one of his YouTube videos, and he was playing a new song from one of his albums from a few years ago, and behind him was a Mac.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you, professional YouTubers, singers like yourself or whatever, in spite of the issues like you're saying, which I didn't know, they still prefer Mac.
But to be honest, I'm not sure how long that's going to last.
Okay,
I mean,
fair
if it keeps going this way, I mean, also though, I have a feeling Apple is pushing more towards their portable devices, their tablets, their
enough.
iPad Pro. The only problem is the iPad Pros aren't good enough yet to replace a laptop.
Okay, okay,
So, like, I feel like if they want to do that, then they better darn well get their iPad Pros up to snuff.
okay. All right. Well, there we go.
It's not enough yet. And I mean, if I think there's a lack of ports on a laptop, there's definitely a lack of ports on a tablet.
Definitely.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, well, I'm glad that clears that up because I really didn't know about it. That's okay. Well, I probably will never buy a Mac. Maybe a refurbished one. Somebody did mention years ago, go with the refurbished one if you're going to get one. Something
Yeah.
with a warranty still.
Yes.
I could see that, but for what
Mm-hmm.
I do, I really don't have to use. I've been pretty lucky
Mm-hmm.
with those Windows machines so far. I mean, I need a faster machine, but that's not because it's just because of the slower processor.
Right.
But yeah, right now I can't really say I have a need for a Mac. I would buy one maybe out of curiosity, but
Mm.
that's about it. But like you said, I don't like being locked out. You can't change the RAM or the graphics card and all that. That's not for me.
Yeah. But to
Anyway,
be honest, I think if you go with desktops in general, I think
yeah,
I've had more success with desktops,
yeah, yeah,
especially
yeah.
because you can change out the components yourself. The only problem is I travel so much that I haven't been able to have a desktop in years.
Nah, you need something small and lightweight. Yeah, yeah, because you travel with enough stuff as it is. So,
Mm.
okay, well, that finally solves the age-old question of Mac versus Windows and why none is better. Neither is better. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So that's it for this news nonsense for this April 14th of 2019 on this cloudy, rainy day. But Stephanie always cheers me up.
Well, I'm glad you
Um,
deserve to be happy.
I know.
That
I
happens.
have. It was just one of those weeks. I just wasn't into it. So anyway,
Hmm.
well, join us on the next one. What promise both of us will be more cheerful. We'll have less sound issues next week, and we'll go from there. So Stephanie, always a pleasure, and
Thanks for
looking
having
forward to some new songs, maybe this week or next week for the
me.
Living Album Project. Again, that's Stephanie. Just search Stephanie Forian on YouTube and stephanieforian.com. You can check out the songs for free. Yes, they are legally free if you'd like to check them out. And if you like them, like I say, buy one, two, 300 of her CDs. They make perfect holiday gifts.
Start early.
Start early. That's right. All right. And on that note, Stephanie, why don't you take us out because I don't feel it this week.
All right. I hope you all have a really good week. Really good week. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Okay, that's all I have to say. Arrivederci. Roma, goodbye, goodbye.